Before you're gonna watch this video, I need to warn you a little bit. This video is going to give you a lot of golden nuggets and it can be very confronting. It is mostly about how to deal with a toxic relationship and how to recognize a toxic relationship. But not only in a romantic relationship, but also in friendships and just in general relationships. I have to point out that I was super tired when I was filming this video, so it can come across as chaotic. I was editing this video and I was wondering, am I actually gonna upload this video? But there is some information in here that I think is very, very useful to some people, even though some things might not completely make sense. But it was like 5 in the morning or something and I hadn't slept at all, and I really wanted to get something off my chest, so I decided to make a video and just rant on and rant on. And first I thought maybe it's just gonna be a video for myself, and but then I decided to turn it into a YouTube video. So that's also why my screen is gonna be upright instead of like how usually a YouTube video looks like. Horizontal. So anyways, that's my little warning. I would absolutely stick along. And this video is gonna help you find the right relationship. It's going to give you the courage. It's going to give you the courage to find the right relationship and to attract the right relationship, because I'm going to teach you what you need to do and I'm going to tell you what you can do. Of course, it's always up to you. It's your decision. It's your life. But that's it. It's your life. And you have to take life into your own hands. And that's what I'm talking about in this video. So all warnings aside, enjoy it. Hi there. I think we need to talk. Because I've heard that you're getting interested into your ex again. Why would you do so? Why would you get back to this person if you know for a fact that it's not worth it? No, he will change. He told me he's going to work on himself. He said he's sorry, or whatever stupid excuse he's making. I have heard this so many times and I'm so fed up with it. It is time for you to recognize the circle you're in. Someone's feeding you, and actually you are feeding into it too, this delusional story of it's going to change. The reality check is, has there ever been change? I want you to wake up out of this. So how do you recognize a toxic relationship? Sadly enough, I can speak from experience that a toxic relationship with someone will make you feel like you are losing yourself. When you're in a relationship and you have the feeling that you are losing yourself, you're not in the right relationship. Because in the right relationship, you're not supposed to lose yourself. You can be yourself and you can enhance yourself. The right person is going to help you elevate and enhance yourself. If you choose a partner that actually thinks you are above his standards, that you are above what he actually can get, he has this feeling that he is constantly in a competitive state with you. And so everything you're doing is going to be judging. And he is going to be downgrading, and he is going to blame you for stuff. He is going to make you feel guilty for doing certain things. And you have the feeling that you have to constantly defend and prove your worth. And that's because he doesn't feel worthy to be with you. If in his words he is comparing you with him, if he is telling you that you are full of yourself, you're narcissistic or whatever, he is literally projecting himself on you. He is jealous. This guy is jealous because he doesn't feel like he deserves you. He feels inside, he feels small when he is next to you. He cannot receive your love because inside he doesn't feel deserving of your love. because he feels like you are the girl, the dream girl that is out of his league. To go back to this feeling of competition, and this competition probably feel like they have to show up and they have to do better and they have to be the best version of themselves, and so they feel like they have to constantly show off or give you a lot. And in his head, in his body, he is battling for you. He is doing constantly the best he can to have you, because he feel like he doesn't deserve you. If he fails, because he cannot be himself, because he attracted you by pretending he was something that he is not. And so when the pink glasses go away and you see him for who he is, and you've noticed that there's like this jealousy coming off him and projecting onto you, it is dimming your light. And there is a whole psychology behind the reason why these men try and get the woman that they feel like they're out of their league. And actually these women, they are connecting with these men that have this issue with themselves. It's actually they don't love themselves. That's why they don't feel that they don't deserve that woman. Even though everybody always deserves the best for them. And these women feel obligated. I used to feel obligated to stay with him, to help him, to make him feel good.
Sorry, it's me from the future. I'm currently editing the video. And I also wanted to point out that it's also the low self-esteem and having no self-love from the woman. Because if you would have more self-love, you would not step into a relationship with this type of person.
Because I used to feel guilty. I used to feel so guilty for being myself. I would be wondering, why are you upset? Is there something I did? And checking with me, am I okay? Like, did I do something wrong to you? The reason that you're responding aggressively to me if I just ask you a normal question, just a stupid question, and he would respond aggressively towards me. I would think, oh my God, what did I do to make him so upset? But it wasn't about me. It is the story that he had in his mind. I was blaming myself, and he was blaming me too, because he was literally saying it was my fault. And so in a way, I drowned in this relationship. I was losing myself, as I believe that you are losing yourself too within a relationship like this. And at some point, I just broke. I just couldn't do it anymore. It was too much. There was too much stress, and I was so fed up with the fighting constantly. Like, we had 3 times a week, at least, we had fights. And it was insane. Like, we would be yapping and screaming, and there was no form of a safe haven. It wasn't safe. I could not feel emotionally safe within that relationship. And if you do not know what it means to feel safe, or what it means to be with yourself, or to feel really present and safe and loving with yourself, then I don't think that it's clever to step into a relationship if you don't know how that feels. Because I used to not know. And then I would attract these toxic relationships. And now that I do know how it feels to feel safe within myself, I'm way more selective. I believe that we can definitely be ahead of this. So if we feel like we are losing ourselves, we are not supposed to be in a relationship with that person. Do not step into a relationship to help another. Do not see it as a work in progress, not even for yourself. Don't say, okay, when I'm in a relationship, I'm going to stop drinking, smoking, whatever you do, or I'm going to lose my weight when I'm in a relationship because then I have someone to do it for. That is so toxic. Please do not do that. It is insane.
It's me again from the future. I wanted to add another example. So when I have a relationship, or when I'm getting a child, or whatever, I'm going to take life serious. No. You should have done that way before that moment.
Parents that use their children as relationship glue. Oh, I get like the biggest ick from that. I cannot handle that. You cannot use children or getting a child. Like, no. Seriously, do not do that. It's traumatizing, that's bad. If you feel like you are changing in a negative sense, if you feel like you're losing yourself, when you lose yourself and the realization comes that you are losing yourself, you will find yourself. Because you know what you lost. Because you already feel the feeling of lost. And the only way to get yourself back is to remove yourself from the situation, the environment, the people that you are around. If it's not possible for you to remove yourself, create an exit plan. Create a exit plan to get out of there. What do you need? Do you need money? Do you need a car? What do you need to get out of there? Do you need to call the police? I don't know. In some cases, you might need to. It is your responsibility to take yourself out of this situation, and nobody is going to save you. The realization came that I was stuck in this loop. I lost myself. I really did, and I'm still reconnecting to myself, even though it's been a long time. It's been a few years, actually. In an environment, in a loving, good environment, you are safe to be whoever you are. It is safe to make mistakes. You will not be blamed. You will not be projected on. You will not get scolding to your head. You will not lose yourself. In a safe space, you can be. You can just be. You can be you. And you can learn and you can grow. In a toxic relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, you do not feel the space to heal. Maybe you don't feel like it's safe to be completely open. It is safe to be completely yourself. And you constantly have to be aware of not triggering other people, not triggering your partner, not triggering your friend. That is not okay. You're supposed to be, and you have to be allowed to be yourself. If there is a trigger in someone else, it's not your responsibility to handle their trigger. They can scream at you. They can blame you. And that's actually not supposed, like, that's not how you handle such a thing as a grown-up. Like, you're supposed to do inner reflection, be like, okay, wait, I feel hurt right now. Just speak up for your feelings, mention your feelings, acknowledge your feelings. Because when you start to acknowledge your feelings, it is easier to integrate them and go through them. If you notice that it hurts you so much and you feel like acting out, you feel like you want to start to be like, like putting the blame on someone else and saying, well, you do this and you do that, that is showing that you are not matured, like emotionally matured. A mature way of saying that is, well, why did you feel the need to say that? Why did you feel the need to say something bad about my shoe? More important things to say is really mention what you feel. really mention the feeling that rises up when someone is saying something mean to you. Show them what they're doing. Show what their actions are doing to you. And yes, this is very vulnerable. It is very vulnerable to do that. But I think by only showing the truth and being vulnerable, you allow the other person to feel vulnerable too. Because saying something mean like this, like I absolutely think your shoes are so ugly, it's also coming from somewhere. There is a reason this other person or that I am saying something mean about your shoes. That's also coming from a very subconscious place. Why do I feel the need to say something bad about the other person? Why do I feel the need to put the other person's energy down? So when you are, as a responder, responding in a vulnerable way and showing, well, this hurts me. Why did you do that? Or you don't even have to ask a question or make a conversation. I don't think you need to do that. You can just literally openly say what you feel. And I think the most important thing is how the other person responds to that. Because if the other person responds to that, again, in this projecting harsh way, so to see the conversation, I hate your shoes. Oh, that makes me feel this way and this way. And I would say, well, but they are really ugly. And if I would continue on the same thing that I was saying, I am not taking you into account. When you are showing openly and being vulnerable, and you go, and I would be going completely ignoring your feeling. I'm completely ignoring your feeling and saying, well, but they are really ugly. I am disrespecting you. Not that I am doing that right now, but I'm giving you an example. The person that is not interested in your feelings or is trying to overthrow your feelings, if that's the right word choice, I'm not sure, is not respecting you. It's not showing interest in how you feel. They are not showing interest in your genuine feelings. And they do this because they are probably ignoring their own feelings. They're ignoring what is truly, deeply, subconsciously making them pull you down. And so they cannot even be connected to themselves. They're not able to feel, be present into why they are projecting what they are projecting onto you. So personally, I cut these people off because I am not going to be letting these kind of people into my life. Let them live in their own pathetic little world where they are constantly hurting each other, because this behavior is what they're showing constantly to each other. And they are okay to stay in these type of relationships, in these type of friendships. And personally, I'm not going to settle for that anymore because I am done. And maybe my friendship circle stays small. Maybe my dating pool is smaller. But I know I will be so much more happier if I'm alone. Or I'm so much happier if I have fewer friends. If I have a smaller circle of people around me that really do understand this. I would love to have that. And I know I'm creating that for myself. And the only way to create that is to cut the people off that are not the right people. Because I do not allow these people in my life anymore. If I'm being vulnerable and I'm telling you what you're doing is not okay, it hurts me. And you choose even though I said to you, it hurt me, and you continue doing the same thing, I think you can almost hear what I want to say in your mind. You're purposely hurting me. And when you are purposely hurting me, even though I just literally said to you, it hurts me if you do this, and you keep on doing it, I'm out. I am so fed up and I'm so done with you. Like, you do not have the respect of me anymore. I do not carry any form of respect for you anymore. I do not. And so, of course, I'm not going to do the same thing to you. I am not going to be backstabbing you or disrespecting you or hurting you purposely. Of course, it's going to hurt that I'm losing someone, a relationship, a friendship, or whatever. Of course, that hurts. But at the end of the day, I will always choose myself. And I hope you do that too. You always have to choose yourself. If someone is showing you literally that they cannot be trusted when you're open about your feelings because they're gonna stab you again, why would you allow them to live in your life? Why would you allow them to be in your reality? Let them live their own life, their own projective life. Let them blame the world around them, overthrow, and just keep on disrespecting other people because that's what they do. That is what they do, and that is what they keep on doing to each other. And I do not settle for those kind of relationships. And I'm not going to say that I am perfect, because I'm not. I do this too. But I'm open. If you are still not sure if you are, or you're still not brave enough to cut ties with someone, because I can hear this thought in someone's head, but we've had such a lovely time together. But we have gone through so many things together, and we've really built this very strong relationship with each other. I do not care. I do not care. If you decide to stay in a relationship with someone because you've spent so long together, and you have accepted this disrespect for such a long time, then I want you to stop crying. I want you to stop feel pity, and I want you to accept the reality that you're in. But if you are truly interested in change, I want you to stop caring for the other person. No matter. Well, that's like not, of course, not stop caring for the other person completely, but cut him loose. Cut the other people, cut them loose, okay? Move on. No matter what you have been through with someone, like, you will go through so many more things. Life will go on. You cannot stay together with someone because of the things you have experienced together. You cannot stay together because of some kind of trauma bonding that you have together, or all the good things that you have experienced with this person. There will be so many more beautiful things coming for you in your life. And just stop coming up with this. Just stop coming up with these stupid excuses. You know you've lost yourself. You know you feel the need to prove yourself. You know that they are disregarding your feelings, disrespecting it, and that they are, even though you say it hurts, that they continue to hurt you. You see, you feel, you've heard, you understand. I gave you the eyes to see the disrespect if you haven't noticed it yet. So what is keeping you? Free yourself. It will feel lonely maybe in the beginning, but it is such a relief to know that once you just make a decision like this, to truly free yourself from these people, to truly free and to stand up for a life that you do want, to stand up for a way that you do want to be treated, It is such a relief to know that the right people will come into your life because you just made a pathway. Because by not accepting this behavior in your life anymore, you are showing yourself you are worthy of better. And I already know that you are worthy of that. But it's time that you show it to yourself too. I don't know what else I want to say. I am actually very tired. It's pretty late and I'm getting a little sick. So I'm gonna say Gute Nacht. And I will see you another time.